Well, hello Technicans, and today with Legojuul we are going to review the Ford Bronco from Lego Technic. And no, this is not a normal Bronco because I modified this to the buwizz and the buwizz motors with the one powered up L motor and one buwizz single buwizz motor that drives the rear wheels.
Hello, editor Legojuul here. I'm here in the studio because I realized my mic wasn't working properly in the video itself. So I'm going to tell you information about my Bronco and how I customized it, how I modified it, etc. For these two oncoming clips, by the way. Now, I've not only settled the motors in, but I also let it fully functional being. Like the doors are opening, suspension is still working, buwizz is located in the back, very functional. It fits perfectly, so no issues at all. Perfect model, I just lifted the roof a bit. Let's open the bonnet. As you can see, here I have the V6. The V6 is still working when driving with the buwizz motor. Buwizz motor has a little trouble with it because it isn't strong enough to drive it properly. So just remove the yellow things and it will all be good. Now, moving on the back, we can see the rubber band system and the buwizz motor from here. The rubber band is because the L motor for steering has too many gears, so it doesn't steer properly. The rubber band cares for return to center, so it centers a lot more when driving. Now I still use the same gears with the differential and the gears from the buwizz motor located on the back with the little gear ratio. As I said, this thing is fully functional. Doors are opening, suspension still working, bonnet opening, drill wheel drive only. The steering wheel, the tire is just rotating because it usually stands for the steering mechanism, but now on that place the L motor is standing now. For the L motor to fit, I lifted the roof one step higher. As you can see, it's a bit uglier, but that doesn't matter because it's a fully functional RC car that drives on sand, what we are gonna see later. For now we can see the full mechanism of the drivetrain and everything, how everything works, the suspension, the axles and everything, how everything works. And yes, as you can see, the buwizz motor is just one stud higher than the bottom axle of the drivetrain. As the gear ratio I mentioned, that is just a 1-to-1. So there's no difference. But at the differential it is different because it's geared down, so it has more torque to drive, but it still got not enough power to fully go full power. So that's unfortunate. But as I said, you can remove the yellow things in the engine so it drives perfectly. As you can see, that's my mic. That's what it's empty. And now, hello.
And I think
Yes.
also a new piece is these fender pieces, which is black and red here. Um, Black and red are like separate pieces, so you can also remove the black things and just leave the red on it, so it looks less off-roady, like a Bronco Sport. Well, it basically looks the same. And yeah, pretty interesting actually. Because before we had those other pieces, but like made the black fenders made in, but like slightly less, but slightly less wider. Enough talking, let's drive. comes our first obstacle. Yeah, this motor worm.